past so many days, I have been getting so many DMs by people asking me to post a success story where there has been a third party involved. I also got a lot of questions from people asking me if I can give them some tips on what to do if they are stuck in a third party situation themselves. So, today in this video, I will be sharing a great success story with you. This success story is going to be one of my detailed and deeper success stories because in here, my client not only manifested her SP back, it also included a third party, and this guy was married with this third party. I will explain this success story in detail so that if you are in a similar situation, you can also take a lot of benefit from this because that is my intention. I really want to help you get out of your unhealthy patterns and your situation if it doesn't suit you. So, first, I will share the first message that I got from this client, and then I will share another message that I got a lot of time after I got this first message. So, this is a message that I got from her after we stopped coaching. She said, "Hi Karan, hope you're doing well. No success stories yet. In fact, went through a terrible time facing my shadows and overcoming my triggers. But now that I'm finally at peace, I'm able to live in my desired reality irrespective of the 3D. And I'm able to feel comfortable in my ask and my desired reality. It's huge for me, and I'm so glad I reached this stage." Then I will share the message that I recently got from her. This is how the message goes. So, SP has been separated from his wife for a very long time now. Paperwork and judiciary work is in process. We are still together and strong. So much has grown and evolved between us. Work wise, I'm doing a lot better. It's still a work in progress, but I'm glad I'm overcoming my old patterns. Same at home and my equation with my parents. I often refer to our conversations and chats when I need motivation. I can see so many changes in me as a person, and my self concept has evolved too. Thank you so much for being there for me in one of the toughest phases of my life. We will connect again and very soon to share more success stories. Thank you for all the support and motivation, Karan. So, I will start by first explaining to you what this client's story was. She was involved with a guy. Their relationship was going very good. They were together, they were in love, and they actually wanted to proceed in getting married. Then, eventually, what happened is as their relationship started progressing, the guy and his family started pushing him to actually get married with someone else. His family started pushing him to pursue a different marriage, and they were not agreeing for the girl that he was with, which was my client. At this time, me and my client were not connecting, but this is where she faced a very tough decision. The guy really wanted to take a stand for her, but was not able to do that. And she was in this position where she wanted to really be with him, but as he was not able to go against his family, she was not able to push him to do that at that time. This guy was really in love with my client. He really wanted to be with her, and he also knew that no matter which girl he marries, it would be a disservice to him, it would be a disservice to the girl that he marries, and it would be a disservice to my client because at this time, even if he marries anyone else, his heart is with my client and he won't be able to make anyone else happy. As his parents pushed him, he eventually got married. Now, this is where me and my client connected for the first time. She was a mess, as understandable, because this guy was really in love with her and he really wanted to be with her. And she was also not in a position where she knew what to do because she was so confused. She knew that this guy is now married with someone else. He still used to call her, he still used to reach out to her. But at this time, she didn't know what to do because she was very confused in her mind. What is the correct action to take? What is the way she can improve her situation? Can she improve her situation at all? These were the kind of questions that she was troubled with. So, the first thing that I told her was that we are not going to actually do something which is going to make you have a negative perception of relationships later. We are also not going to do something to disrespect this girl that is involved in this situation because she didn't do anything wrong. We don't want to put her in harm's way. We don't want to be in a place where we disrespect you, where we disrespect him, or where we disrespect this person. So I told her that firstly, even if you are in contact with this guy, it has to be strictly platonic. I don't want you to actually be in anything extra with this person. There are primarily two reasons for that. The first reason is, and I'm not going to talk about ethics, morals, things like that. I'm just going to take the manifestation perspective here and I'm just going to help you understand how it affects your mindset and how it affects your manifestations. So, the first reason is when you get involved with someone who's already involved with someone else, your mind is still connecting your perceptions of relationships with that. So, think about what happens the next time you, let's say, are with this person and a fight happens. The same way a fight happens with him and someone that he's involved with, and he comes to you. What will happen in your mind? Your mind will create negative perceptions of relationships. Your mind will start to assume that these kind of things are okay and normal in relationships. This will also harm your perceptions of relationships moving forward. So if you are in a third party situation, understand that boundaries are needed, and we can take away ethics and morals. That is your personal opinion and my personal opinion, and I am no one to provide you judgment, neither is anyone else, right? But I am here to talk about the concept of manifestation, and based on that, it really hinders your perceptions of relationships. The second thing that happens, which is not really helpful, is that it hinders your perceptions of men, because your mind starts to assume, because you have so much evidence, that it is possible for this person to treat someone that way. It is possible for someone to actually be in a situation where he's involved with two people together. That is not really helpful for your perceptions of relationships and men, because the more you proceed forward in these relationships, the more these perceptions come up. They often come up in fights, they often come up in days where you're not feeling the best, which is not something that we want. So I told her to create a boundary and to actually start working on herself. She was struggling with her job, she was struggling with her family, because she didn't really have a great relationship with her parents. So, the first thing that we started doing is, after creating this boundary, we started working on herself. We started creating a lot of affirmations and techniques for her. She somewhere was blaming herself for everything that has happened, because somewhere she felt that if I could have done this, and that differently, things could have been different. So, we started working on her resentment. I gave her a forgiveness meditation to do. Now, not only did she do the forgiveness meditation for herself, she also did the forgiveness meditation for the guy. She also did the forgiveness meditation for this guy's parents. This guy was still reaching out to her. They were still in a normal conversation. They were friends. It was not anything more, because we had created that boundary. But this guy was still trying to actually create something more. This is where she was firm. She knew what she wanted. She knew what she deserved. She knew what she brought to the table. Was her 3D difficult? Absolutely. Did she do anything to disrespect herself, the other person, or this guy? She was very adamant and clear on what she wanted. Now, this is where her issues started. So, eventually, what happened is, as his marriage kept on going, she still held this desire. Her friends, her family kept on pushing and telling her that, you know what, if this guy wanted to take a stand for you, he could have, you should let this go, you should go in this direction. And I understand why they say that. You think about it. Your friends say it out of care, right? They are biased towards you. They have feelings for you. They care about you. They don't care about that guy that much. They care about you. So when they give you any advice, it is for you. They are not trying to hurt you. In their own way, they are just trying to protect you. Just like someone who is actually talking to their child sometimes tells their child that, you shouldn't eat this, even though the child feels bad sometimes, they are still like being told for their own benefit. The same goes in these situations. I told her that she should stop talking to her friends about it, because the more she talks to her friends, the more her negative perceptions will increase. So they didn't stop talking overall, they just stopped talking about this topic. She kept on talking with this person normally, she kept on working on herself and her patterns. And eventually, the more she worked on herself, the more this guy kept on being drawn towards her. Did she chase at any given point of time? No. Did she run after this guy at any given point of time? No. In fact, the affirmations and the techniques that we did were also just focused on her. We didn't even include any SP affirmations. And you already saw the results that came. You already saw what she got. So, if you are stuck in a third party situation, here are three tips that I would give you that you can apply in your life that can provide you similar results as this client. The first tip is, never actually settle for the dynamic that you're in. The reasons for that I explained already. It doesn't help you. It creates a negative perceptions of relationships for you. It also creates a negative perception of yourself and the guy for you. Never do that. The second thing, the solution to any of this is not to actually focus on the guy, focus on removing the third party, focus on doing all these things. It is to become someone for whom this guy can change. Think about it. When a flower blooms, right, the flower is not really focused on going towards the bees and going towards the butterflies. It focuses on blooming. Bees come to it. Once you become someone who can attract that kind of love, once you believe that you are someone who can attract that kind of love, you automatically will get it. Your time wouldn't be spent trying to change someone's mind about it. It wouldn't be spent trying to create a different pattern in someone's mind about it. It would be focused on you. It would be focused on becoming someone they can change for. That person has a different mindset, a different thought process, a different way of thinking, a different thought process altogether. That person is not into chasing. That person is not into running after things. That person has appropriate, consistent boundaries. Keep that in mind. Number three, genuinely ask yourself why I want to proceed with this relationship. Now, I know that this is the toughest one and something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But genuinely ask yourself what makes me interested in someone who's unavailable at this moment? What makes me want to pursue someone who's clearly not really here right now? Because in this situation, the situation was different, right? The third party was in a different mindset. They were actually involved together, and the guy was also interested. What I see in a lot of third party situations is that it is a lot of one sided obsession, right? The other person is clear they cannot offer you what they want. They are breadcrumbing you, and you are consistently chasing that. These are the moments where you will benefit from self concept work the most. So, genuinely ask yourself, do I really think of myself as someone who has to chase another person for something as basic as love? Shouldn't I just work on myself right now and see what I start to feel I deserve? Wouldn't that be a better spend of my time? It absolutely would be. So I really hope that this video helps you. I will be making more third party content in the future because I know that this is a topic that a lot of you are interested in. I will see you guys in the next video and hope you have a great day ahead.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you like the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.